So the last 2 years, mostly in fintech, but overall, I would say in the startup ecosystem, they were challenging in terms of funding and everything. So raising money was harder in certain sector. In other were easier, but let's say it was harder. But the kind of common gut feeling that I heard from a VC investor is that 2025 could be the year of liquidity events. With more people, more companies making IPO, more mergers and acquisition, more money coming back to the VCs in terms of returns, and they can spill the wheel again. Do you actually think that, first of all, if we need that kind of liquidity events, and if 2025 is going to be that year?
So last question, to answer your last question first, yes, of course, we need liquidity events. Mm-hmm. So very clear.
Yeah.
When you compare today's markets, not 25, but today's, let's say, the relatively weak market to 2021, which was a peak market.
Yeah, Q3 2021, I think it was a peak. Yeah,
it's a total peak of the last decade.
Yeah.
So of course it looks weak. If you compare 2024 with 2017 or 18, it's still okay.
Yeah.
And as an investor in a diversified portfolio, we are not trying to time markets. Mm-hmm. So whether we invest into companies, we try to invest every year into the same number of funds and same number of companies roughly, because we don't know when the right companies will be coming into our portfolio. Same as for the exit. I think it would be great to see some exits next year, of course, but it's not timing the exits. It's about when the right time is for an exit. So if 25 is not the right time for most of our companies, that's fine. We'll wait 1 or 2 or 3 years longer until we find the right time to exit the company. And I think that's more important. And to give another example, also last year we had one of our largest exits in the German ecosystem. It was, I think, the only or the largest unicorn exits trade sale in the German ecosystem in one of the weakest IPO and exit times. Yeah. So this was a strong returner for the fund. It was a strong returner for the fund of fund. It was a great sign in the markets. It didn't happen a lot, but it can happen. So it happens even if the market is relatively weak, that these kind of exits happen. Of course, we all wish, and this is a very cyclical thing, that some years are much stronger than others in terms of IPOs or exits. You can argue that a lot of companies in the US who are listed